the full clip, he says that these installations, these concentration camps are pristine, and they're so pristine that we are having people kneeling and eating like dogs. Migrants at the Miami concentration camp were shackled with their hands tied behind their backs, made to kneel to eat food from styrofoam plates like dogs, according to a report published on Monday into conditions at 3 overcrowded South Florida concentration camps. These are the only, we're only talking about the ones in Florida. This is only the incidents that we know of. I mean, this is Nazi stuff, right? Yeah, dying of pristineness. The incident at the downtown federal detention center is one of a succession of alleged abuses at jails operated by the Gestapo in the state since January, chronicled by the advocacy groups Human Rights Watch's Americans for Immigrant Justice and the Sanctuary of the South from interviews with detainees. And again, this is, folks, this is not just like random events or one-off events. We have seen reports from the families themselves at these concentration camps of the conditions that their family members are telling them that they are experiencing. We have seen reports from Florida Democratic lawmakers who were allowed a tour to the facility, and what they described was horrific. And that's supposed to be the more sanitized version of these concentration camps, because they knew that the Democratic lawmakers were going to visit. I can only imagine what we are not seeing. The incident at the downtown federal detention center is one of a succession of alleged abuse at jails operated by the Gestapo in the state since January, chronicled by advocacy groups Human Rights Watch, Americans for Immigrant Justice, the Sanctuary of the South from interviews with detainees. The Nazis at stage camps, too, where conditions were, quote, more humane. Right. They even had, like, photo ops for the Red Cross where they showed pictures of children playing. What we are, not seeing? I mean, like, this is something that I've kind of had to, I've kind of had a back and forth. If I may, maybe chat can sort this out and kind of mull this over. Maybe we don't need to go any further. But I've been thinking about, like, these people are Nazis, right? Like, that's the best descriptor of what we're witnessing. It's straight up fascism, Nazism. But should we perhaps tie it to, like, should we call it just like MAGA-ism? Because, like, when the history books are written, they're not gonna say, the American Nazis. They're gonna say the MAGA movement, right? Who had parallels to Nazi Germany, who had parallels to Nazi Germany, but not quite. And I don't know if we should try to push and change the language so that we constantly tie MAGA-ism to this. Like, should we just refer to this as MAGA-ism? I mean, Nazism just kind of or calling them Nazis or fascists is just kind of a a descriptor of what they are, because that's the best example of what we have right now. There's literally a historic example that we can point to and go, yeah, that's them. Look at them. That's what they're doing. I can point to a video of Stephen Miller talking just like the Nazis did in the 30s. But my point being is that I don't also want to shy away from the idea that this is us, you know, like this is us. This is who we are as a country. Should we just call it American fascism? Should we just call it MAGAism? I'm not sure what exactly the language we as the left and anybody who believes in human decency should push for to tie these people, because it's them. It's these MAGA people. It's Stephen Miller. It's Donald Trump. It's Tom Homan. I don't know. Maybe it serves. Maybe it'll help wake some of these normies up to realize that it's us. It's us. It's just that's who we. That's the path we've decided to go down as a country. I don't mean us as in everyone here. I mean us as a country. I don't know. MAGA is just Nazi rebranding. Oh, yeah. I mean, it is. It's just like the ideology is there. It's very one-to-one. I'm just saying, like, how we should use language to make sure that it's them, right? Like, we're not just like, you know, talking about like German Nazi from the 30s. I mean, we're talking about Tom Homan, right? Something that makes them feel shame, since they know no shame or how to read. These words mean nothing to them. I don't know if it's really for them, because I don't think that these people are capable of feeling shame. I think that these people think that they're doing that they are correct, and they feel powerful right now. I don't think shame is something that they feel. I'm more talking about normies. I'm more talking about how to reach normies, to wake people up, because this is serious stuff, folks. We're talking about concentration camps in the year 2025, and we're talking about people being forced to eat on their knees like dogs. We're talking about a very high up official putting out the idea that perhaps if we remove these groups of people, all your problems will all of a sudden go away. I mean, this is really dangerous stuff. So we need more people to wake up and to realize what exactly is happening. And I'm basically just kind of throwing out the idea of what kind of language and rhetoric we should use for the purpose of trying to push more people to be awake. It's not really for shaming them. I don't believe that these people feel shame. I think that unfortunately, this is exactly what they want to do. People like Stephen Miller, people like Tom Homan, they're there doing exactly what they want to do. So I'm not sure. This is something that I've just kind of been thinking about, and I don't know if maybe we should just continue to use to just call them Nazis, or maybe to I don't know, frame and say that no, this is just MAGAism, or just, I don't know, American fascism. A few years ago, we were scolded for discussing the comparison to Nazis, and now we're scolded for calling it what it is. Messaging will not work on a certain sect of people. We should be forthright, in my opinion. Oh yeah, no, like the intentions of what these people are doing is something that we need to continue to push. But I'm saying, like, how do we get people to understand what's happening? American was fascist before Germans became Nazis. U.S. fascism can only lead to civil war. Well, that's on them, right? Hans Punik, welcome. But I don't know. I mean, we could. I'm all for just using the term like just general American fascism. But I don't know. I was thinking about this MAGA as well. Like fascist was an Italian right wing authoritarian party, and Nazi was German. Right. I mean, like the movement is fascist. The movement is a fascist movement. It's just called MAGA, right? It's not called the National Socialist Party. It's just called MAGA. It's called America First, right? That's what they call themselves. Um, and I think that kind of short circuits I don't the ability to reach normies, because I don't care. I'm not here to reach the fascists, or worried about you know how they feel about being branded as Nazis because they're doing Nazi shit. So you know stop doing Nazi shit and you won't be called a Nazi. But my point being is like it's more about how do we reach and how do we wake up more and more people. They got all their lessons from Jim Crow. This is just the way it's always been, especially for black people in POC. Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Ask the natives if fascism is new. ISIS is just modern day slave catchers. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a disrespectful word that won't offend good, innocent people. Trump has been quoting Mussolini. Yeah. Trump is a fascist. So I don't know. Should we just say American fascism? Like MAGA-ism? American MAGA fascist movement? I don't know. It's just something that I've been thinking about how to refer to these people. Because I mean, for sure, in the history books, these people. I'm just trying to imagine, like, how these people are going to be written down on the history books. I think we should highlight the fascism and whatever we call it. Yep. They're Confederates. Some are Nazis. Most are Confederates. I'm just going to keep calling them Nazis. I mean, that's a fair point. That's the whole point of this conversation. Like, should we just stick to that? Like JD Vance, who F's couches. Anyways, that's just a conversation that I kind of was having in my own head, and wanting to bring that to chat to see what you guys think. I mean, I'm all for just keeping just the simple, like, dude, you're doing Nazi stuff. Stop doing Nazi stuff, or because you're the reason why people keep calling you Nazis is because you're doing Nazi stuff, right? Like when Elon Musk got up there and did his little Sieg Heil, that's Nazi stuff, all right? So I don't know, man. And then people who balk and act like you're crazy for invoking Nazi Germany have already made up their minds and will never come to our side. That's a good point. That is a good point. But then again, if you're if you're balking at the idea that this doesn't look like Nazi Germany, then, you know. Jam Tomb. I can't really help you if you can't see the parallels. I can't really help you. But I don't know. Perhaps we should just stick to the simple one-to-one comparison. Call them sinners. They're obsessed with sin, so why not throw it back at them? I don't know. Well, it's not. No, I'm not. There's not the. I wouldn't even engage with them. That's not the point. The point is not to be. Is not. You know, obviously. But they wouldn't do anything for them. You know. Fascist leaders are evil. Others will fall in line through fear, envy. They are all guilty. Force them to tax the churches. Honestly, regardless, yeah. They should tax the churches. I see it subtly. I just don't think they have critical thinking skills to see it, and we got to speak the language they hear too. Yeah, I mean that's kind of like the overarching point, kind of, to, you probably put it better than I did. Jam Tomb, is that, you know what I'm saying? That's all. Because we all know, we all see what's happening here, right? Or maybe I'm just thinking too much. Maybe I'm just thinking too much about it. But yeah. Soul Life, welcome. We don't have to look outside the U.S. It's always been here. They are Confederates. Yeah, I mean that's I'm also open to that one, because it kind of really brings it back to where it belongs, home. It's here. It's us. That's who we are as a country. You know, that's kind of my point. As you were pointing out, Hans. The Confederate thing is a good one. It's us. We did this. That's who we are. You know, again, we being the country. That's what we're doing right now. We're doing a fascism, and it's these neo Confederates or Confederates, if you just want to. There's nothing new about them, right? Neo Confederates, yeah, or just straight up Confederates. There's not really nothing new about them. I hear you, and I'm going to ponder this more. Yeah, there you go. That's my point. Just to have this conversation, messaging should be a consideration. Yep. I mean, given the stakes that we're dealing with, I think that it's definitely something that we should try to, you know, think about when we talk when we talk to people. I don't know, those are just kind of my inward thoughts, just kind of putting that out there. But putting the train back on the tracks, dozens of men who have been packed into holding cells for hours, kind of bringing it back to the reason why we had this conversation. Dozens of men have been packed into a holding cell for hours, the report said, and denied lunch about 7 p.m. They remained shackled with food on chairs in front of them. We had to, quote, we had to leave eat like animals, said one detainee, Pedro. Degrading treatment by guards is commonplace, you know, like concentration camps in Nazi Germany. In all three jails, the group say, at the Chrome North Service Processing Center in West Miami, female detainees were made to use toilets in full view of men being held there and were denied, access to gender-appropriate care showers, or adequate food. It's more like Jim Crow and slave catchers, but that's just my opinion based on our own history in this country. We don't need to look to Germany. Right. Germany looked here. Indeed, they did. You can read about where they got the inspiration for the Nuremberg laws. That's for sure. So yeah, Hans, I think the whole overarching point is to keep making that point, to keep bringing it home, to keep like to keep to keep the focus here and say, look what we're doing. This is us, okay? It's here. We're doing this. And kind of hold that mirror. What I'm saying is, like, construct a giant mirror to the country